Greetings, Twilight Struggle fans, and welcome to the ITSL All-Star Series here on Action Round Zero. Justin Abramson here with you, joined by the legendary Ziemowit Pazderski. And we are on day 3 of the ITSL All-Star Series with the Seattle Conference holding a 2-1 lead over the Tenerife Conference. This is game number 4 on day 3. And we've got Michael Stryker on the Seattle side and Marijn Cromheecke on the Tenerife side. So I'll be watching from Marjen's side today. And so Ziemowit, thank you for joining me. We'll roll the video now, and love your thoughts on this opening hand here for the Soviets.
Well, glad to be here, and go Marijn. And a brilliant hand that is. Great ops, I can plan for rainy day in the future. And of course, good headline choice. Both Arab Israeli and the Purge sound nice, but Purge headlined, especially with the fact that it loses too many ops here, so I would say Arab Israeli and go for Middle East. Not maybe control is the wrong word, but just purge it of the Middle Menace.
Yeah, the big clean out of the Middle East. I like that play as well. And he does go AI War, runs into Middle East, so perhaps a little less effective there. Do you still like the coup of Iran, even with Middle East scored?
I would say so, unless you roll something huge here. But yes, Italy is overprotected, so that's kind of wasted if you don't challenge it. Whereas Iran is F4 for the Soviets right now, which means a good roll, a better one in Italy, but probably Soviets are not challenged in the Middle East until mid-war.
Yep, and you don't have to worry about the coup back. Okay, another roll of the dice and another war hit. So that begs the
Yeah.
question: are you going to fight for South Korea if you're Marhen, or
Oh,
are you going to try and
very much
go elsewhere?
so. I mean, where else? It's too early to challenge Europe by breaking with Germany. At least scored another unlucky die for Stryker. 4 out of 4. In his case, 0 out of 4. 3 Soviet great rolls and his missing space. So space NORAD or coup Panama with special here would be my choice. Probably space NORAD just to get it out of the way.
Yeah, I think that would be my play. Space NORAD, coup with special. Hope Michael Kuh's back, then you destall.
Yes, and then I would go for the early war region grab, and I would not space special. I mean, it's 2 ops, gives 1 influence, so that's a net 1 for you. We should just dump for nothing.
Yeah,
Whereas
and
NORAD is
Suez is also an
incalculable.
incredibly free card right now. Just takes 2 out of the UK. So putting one in France at least, that influence might be getting deleted by De Gaulle or Suez or SOCGovs anyway. So not huge.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would much rather give special than NORAD here. Romanian
Okay, I
important for
guess.
destall food.
mm, I assume he wouldn't play China with the money hand without even seeing CIA, so it's NORAD times. Where it could be a little bit inconvenient because then USA just takes Thailand and you don't destall there. And destall, if it cannot go to Thailand, it's not as effective at DEFCON 3.
Yeah,
Okay, maybe to Afghanistan just to create a threat, put some pressure. Maybe break with Germany now, asking some questions. You have mill-ups. I mean, my red hero has.
yeah, I tend to agree with that. Apoka West Germany forces an immediate response. Taking South Korea and Afghanistan forces an immediate response, because that gives Asia Dom. I think either of those would be fine, and then you hope that of course Michael coos, and then you can take Thailand with D stall.
Really efficient out. I mean, I would sooner play to Turkey than do that, or of course with Germany just to create a challenge. You're getting in a tempo position here. No middle for USA, and losing 4 VP at this stage is not really an option. I guess he might coup now because he needs to do something, either that or take France.
Yeah, I think a coup here from Michael makes sense, and Marhan is counting on that. He's really needs Michael to coup so he can destall at DEFCON 5, or excuse me, destall at
Yeah.
DEFCON 3 rather. And Michael takes a weak
Okay,
1-up
and
coup.
nothing coup. And that's a rare situation where the Soviets, after the Iran coup, can simply ignore the counter coup and still keep a comfortable presence of the country. So, all right, to Thailand, 1 France, 1 Chile is the standard early war grab.
Now you like Thailand as opposed, excuse me, Thailand, 2 Thailand makes sense, 1 Chile makes sense. You like France better than
Yeah,
Algeria?
that's the tricky one because you're probably going to get overwhelmed with ops there anyway, and it doesn't give you much. What? Wow, why? No. How?
Yeah,
No, why
Algeria
that?
seems so normally, if you're afraid of Truman, Algeria might make sense, but in this case, I really don't want Algeria getting cooed and then I get beat to Libya.
Yeah. I mean, I would perhaps understand South Africa over France if you know that you are not going to fight for France anyway. I mean, you have containment in hand, so you're even giving more ops to the USA fight for France. Although it's useful to be there, just so it's not safe, even if they hold the goal. In, for example, turn 2, it's not safe against socialists. Okay, so that's 3 into France. Stryker, of course, kept 1.
Yeah, have to think this is just a nice easy 3 into France. And then containment, I believe, has to overprotect Thailand. It has to go into Laos for Asia Dom. And where else?
1 into France just to be annoying.
Yep, just to be a jerk.
Okay, I would want to be so blunt about it.
Yes.
I mean, losing 2 to Truman is not that big of an issue. I would say that's an inefficient use of Truman. Although in this case, if you cut access to Algeria, then sort of maybe perhaps.
Yeah, you could go one. You could go one Thailand, one Laos, one Algeria, but then you really don't want to eat an Algeria coup, and a big because a
Yeah,
big number, you're
just
probably losing Libya.
giving the opponent a target. One into France is just fine.
Yeah, I tend to
Still not
agree.
a. Yeah, I really dislike that because that just presents a target for the war in the headline, which is so really inconvenient. Okay, usually more so at DEFCON 3, and we'll have DEFCON 4 in the next turn, it seems.
Yeah,
After
and
I don't really.
we may be spending, and by we I of course mean your team. I'm of course rooting for my Seattle teammate Michael Stryker, but Marhen might be spending AR1 taking France or fighting for Europe, and he certainly doesn't want to give up a big coup in Pakistan. That's a problem for him. I'm
Oh,
surprised to see
yes,
him go with one into
exactly.
there. Now maybe I would understand it a little better if Iran were at two and you're worried about a big coup there cutting off
Mm,
access, but that's not a problem for Marhen. So a little
exactly.
confused by that
Just,
play.
yes, it feels wrong. You're taking away one of your options. If you get a good headline next turn, you can't fight for France without losing potentially Pakistan. That felt off.
So, okay, I have to think Michael will want to take. I assume he'll give up the two VPs to take Europe down, but maybe he won't. Maybe he'll take another throwaway coup on Iran. What would
Mm.
you do? Would you take? Would you just take a coup and save the two VPs, or would you
No,
take Europe Dom and
no,
give up the two VPs, let DefCon go to four?
Europe dumb.
Yeah, that's
I
a
mean, I can't do anything in Asia, so
yeah.
clear. Two into France, one. Oh, right. No,
Yes.
it has four, so two into France, two into Canada. That makes sense.
So NORAD gonna be active. Let's circle
And
that. Okay, and another pretty darn nice hand here for Marhan, turn two.
yeah, but okay, you didn't get Europe. You would like to get Europe here. You got Suez, but that's not. That's basically nothing.
Yeah, Truman is around, so an ops war in France is not viable. You do get IP war, thankfully.
Yes, that is great. That's and of course the US play securing France against everything except for the goal sort of justifies okay even more security. I guess he didn't want to risk Suez against factors. Although now Nasser is a target.
Yeah, I don't love that. So number one, I don't love it
Yeah,
because Egypt is a nice, easy coup target. But number two, I don't love it is because you could wait and use Nasser for the one op with DEFCON at two, leave it in the deck, and take Libya at your leisure.
exactly, exactly.
I don't know if I
I
love
would
that.
probably still headline Suez then, although it's pretty useless against Marshall.
Yeah, Suez
I
at
mean,
this point, Suez does almost literally nothing because Michael will still have domination because he'll still have Canada and France.
exactly. Luckily, NORAD will not do much here. I mean, breaking South Korea is sort of a meh use of it, but it's something.
Yeah, yeah, that's something. So okay, you're gonna take. You can't fight in Europe. I assume you're gonna take a coup in Panama, probably eat a coup back in Egypt, and then you take Algeria. Is that the play?
Has to be. I mean, hard to even imagine what else. I would spread to Argentina, apart from taking Algeria, of course.
Yep.
But
Now,
other than that, it's
oh, I don't
sorry.
know. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. The video skipped ahead. So looks like we saw.
Oh, I just
So he used Marhen used UN on U.S. Japan
and he
to
did
go
not
to
coup.
India and to Algeria. It does not go with the coup. So that's interesting.
Uh, Not a fan. I mean, you coup, he coups, and then you do the taking. And then you're the first one at DEFCON 2, which is an advantage.
Yeah, I like this Lao coup, and that stops Asia Dom.
Yeah, juicy.
Yeah, now
Now you
yeah.
have to protect Thailand. No, please don't put influence. Please, please. Okay. To hell with your Asia Dom. You're going to lose Thailand now.
Yeah, boy, if he
Maybe
just goes
put
to
one in
Burma,
Vietnam.
that's a ripe target.
That's just wrong.
You
I
could,
mean, if
yeah,
anything, go one Vietnam.
yeah. I was thinking maybe you go Vietnam to take your Dom back.
I don't know. It feels like Marijn tries to be too clever here.
Okay, and there's the coup from
That's a talent
Stryker.
too.
Needs a 3, gets a
And that's a
5.
deserved steal.
Yeah, so he
Now we
loses
kind of have to go.
Thailand. Still ahead
If we,
battleground wise, though. Going to be up 4-1 in battlegrounds, but now Michael's got an excellent
yeah,
path to stopping Dom.
exactly. Through all these little Southeast Asian countries. That was a wasted opportunity here. Okay, he still got his 6.
Yep, NORAD.
And actually, oh, one into Malaysia and no more Asia domination.
Oh,
From
one
NORAD, I
into
mean.
or one into South Korea was even better.
All right, even better.
One into
Even
South Korea and
better.
then dump Asia right now.
That was just a lost opportunity here, regardless of whether USA has Asia. I mean, he had no right to get out of domination here.
Well, Striker's taking a little
Zero.
bit of time here. Does he have? He does not have Asia. He certainly would have scored it right there if he had it.
And he gains access to Middle East. That's useful.
Yep, that's not nothing.
Okay. Also, something you could have blocked if you had coup first and received a coup in reply.
Yeah, wouldn't have needed to worry about protecting Pakistan or Thailand. You just coup,
Mm.
eat the coup back, go 2 Algeria, 1 Syria, make Michael's
Oh,
life a lot
no,
tougher.
no scoring stand. No scorings at all. That's good news for Marine.
So, you don't really have a great place to put China here. Would you hold 5-year plan hoping to get Europe and play China here? Because you know it's coming?
Oh, I probably would. Yes. Especially if I hope at 5-year plan, there's no risk of losing to CIA, regardless of the fact that we've seen CIA and that cover.
Yep. So Marin
But
takes
it just me
Pakistan
losing.
and
And
Afghanistan.
yeah.
The criticism problem with that play is it's a 3-op play that can be responded to with 1-op. This should just be
Oh
2
yes.
France and 1. Oh, okay. Sure. He's gonna leave
But
France not overprotected.
okay, interesting. Vietnam revolts. Swings the things around. Middle East scoring. Wowzers. Okay.
Yeah, those
I'll
are.
probably headline that.
Yeah, I think that's a nice. So Vietnam gives you Dom in Asia, right?
Yeah,
6.
but that's expected.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that it was already played, but I'm almost sure that Striker redrew US Japan. That's such a Striker play. Headlining US Japan in a situation like this, so he's not threatened by the domination.
Yep. Yeah, no, I agree. I think Middle East is a
And
good play here. Middle East is going
yeah,
to be
it's a
eight
sure
eight
thing.
VPs. Yeah, just taking 8 VPs immediately is really nice. Barring a
Yes, to be
CIA redraw a
technical.
coup of Lebanon, but I don't think I'd headline CIA here, even if I redrew it. I think
True.
I'd headline something else. I agree with you, Ziemowit. I like the Middle East headline. Vietnam's fine, but I don't think you're gonna give up the coup to score the Asia Dom. At least I wouldn't.
Oh, definitely not. Okay. Innocent CNS play.
Oh, I don't like
Ah,
that. Now you
no,
could eat a
no,
coup in
no.
Egypt. A big number in Egypt is a huge problem. It's going
Exactly.
to take Middle East from 8 down to just 3 if you eat a big number in Egypt. Not to mention, of course, you're giving Striker Millops, which he wouldn't get because you have IP war. So that's
Mm.
a 2 VP swing right there. Striker also gets his NORAD op. So he just needs a 3. Okay, well.
Okay, with two.
Oh, and he gets it with the
Oh,
NORAD op. Oh, that's a huge moment in this game, and I think a mistake from Marhen, but he
oh
got
yes.
4 VP, 4 extra VP in Asia, but he gave up 5 in the Middle East and gave up 2 more on Millops. Plus his gains
Yeah,
in
I mean, he
Asia.
could have gotten lucky here with a low counter coup, but really, why risk it? Get a sure thing from the Middle East, and then
Yeah.
maybe fight for Asia, Vietnam, poke a little bit, see what happens.
Yeah. Score Middle Eastern headline, you coup. AR1. AR2, you event Vietnam. And then Stryker, without China, needs to spend 3 ops taking Taiwan or Japan.
Mm.
Maybe you can bully him a little bit. Oh boy, we're going
Oh,
Columbia
okay.
play with blockade and
That,
decall known in Stryker's hand.
that I sort of like. Although I'll probably prepare it by going to Argentina first and then also well, Uruguay to get more value with NATO. Oh, right. Special in hand. So that should have been a special play instead of what he used, whatever that was. Just to free up your hand, free up NATO to
Yeah,
play.
yeah. I think I want to say. Oh, I don't even know. I want to say Olympic, but I'm not sure.
Could
Um,
be.
but okay.
If the cards event doesn't matter, I think I'm never eventing it and it won't be evented against me since it's not the opponent's cards. I don't really register it. I don't pay attention to what it is.
Yeah.
So if I saw Olympics, I just read it as a no event to up card.
Something's going on with the video again, folks. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
something happened.
sorry about that. Okay. Here we go. So, Striker.
Ignored him? No.
That doesn't seem like a play you can ignore.
Yeah, I mean, Colombia sounds obvious enough here.
He's
And
a,
he did ignore.
yeah, Striker
Wow.
just spaces.
Not
Very
in the
surprised at that.
Pakistani, but special, please. Please use special here, at least.
Yeah, definitely use special.
All right, because Striker can't have that many problem cards. Okay, so that worked a lot better than it should have.
Certainly, that's a great play. Gets you in Nigeria, gets you into both halves of South America. That's wow. That's great play if you're Marhen. Okay, there's UN, presumably a blockade.
Yeah.
Not even going to contest Colombia. Very surprised. Is he?
I
Is
mean,
he?
okay, he needs to do that, but
Yeah.
still. Okay, still NATO, I would say. In the Pakistani, is a known card. So Striker definitely remembers about it. Nah, that's overdoing it. Go to Argentina. I mean, he's taking Zaire anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
We're not
You don't need to force him to
just
take Zaire. You
rub it
also only
in.
have a 2 op, so you can't. So he probably wants to event the war here.
No, he should.
Yeah, I agree. That should have gone to Argentina.
Okay, fine. The striker shows up a big card of his hand, a classic play, and now trying to war. He's still rolling like crazy. But this striker got some rolls too in Laos, Taiwan, Thailand, and Egypt.
Yep, and he spaces Vidal and hits
Well,
that roll as
yeah,
well. He spaced it on turn 1 and missed. And there he hits. Okay, not so great here for Marhen. This is a bit of an uncomfortable hand.
yeah, I think I go with Gammon here, and oh, you're going to pay the bill for Southeast Asia here. One that really hurts. And that you should not be why. Okay, he doesn't care about NORAD. Maybe it's not that bad. Okay, I
So
really like to disable NORAD in situations like this, as in
Yeah, NORAD, I
learn
guess, is going to
something.
be probably overprotecting Zaire, or maybe just goes into South Korea again. NORAD, not that bad. One small step doesn't do that much either, though.
Yeah, it's premature, if anything. I mean, you would want to try that one VP on this space one.
Yeah, and you're definitely
And
spacing with this hand, right? I mean, I think you're going to
oh
space
yeah,
duck. So you're going to
so
be
I would
spacing that. You might as
delay.
well.
If anything, I would headline Willy Brandt here, just to get something out of the way for step for the event later.
Yeah, yeah. Picking up a VP is not nothing. Then you space, and then you space defectors or you space duck, and then if you still want to event one small step to stop the double, you can, and at least then you got a shot at one VP. So yeah, Willie would I
Okay,
would have
but
been fine. Gunman would have been fine. A little surprised at one small step.
not looking at the position, unless USA makes a wipe here with boys or maybe at least colonials. So it's still running pretty good. I mean, they lose on all the VP advantage scoring Southeast Asia. They have South America, Africa as a fight. Middle East is pro red, although scored. Central America is even. Okay, another freeze in the video, I think.
No, I've been looking at that. Oh boy. Okay, Stryker was thinking about that. No, Stryker's time was
Okay.
running, so our video was fine. And there goes VOA. Where is this gonna go?
Well, depends on the scorings in the blue hand, but got out of okay, Chile is here. That's three from Africa. Hmm.
Yeah. So
Although
yeah, one
maybe
Chile for sure. And then the question becomes: is it just Sahara, Nigeria, Cameroon? Is that it? But you're gonna just eat a coup in Zaire.
yeah.
But I
I
guess you're
mean, it
gonna be
has
dominated in Africa if you don't
very
take
much
it. You're
depends
gonna
on
yeah.
what you have in hand. I mean, if you have South America and you don't have Africa, you could even justify Venezuela, Brazil. Ooh, Vietnam, really?
Two out of
Not my first
Vietnam.
or even second guess here.
A little surprising. With Thailand overprotected and Laos very overprotected, but he's going to immediately get the reward of that. Okay, and here's
Mm.
NORAD.
I assume he's not going to take Vietnam immediately. There's Algeria to take first,
Yes. Yeah, I would definitely
and
take
that
Algeria first.
sets up a tie in Africa. First thing, he's just poking at. Okay, maybe no real alternative. Okay, check. Nice. Choose not to go now. Yeah, damn Southeast Asia.
I would absolutely dump
Uh,
that before Stryker takes
Losing
Vietnam.
to it one more.
Our position in Africa is not getting any better. Just go ahead
Oh,
and dump
yes.
Southeast.
Uh,
That could I think that could have waited with Asia scored, but I
oh,
understand it.
definitely. Deciding to start the fight for South America again, to into Uruguay. And you probably should. Okay, I know some players that do like to start these fights early. Yes, doing something like this, but maybe. Oh, that's okay. Eager.
Yeah, but you're probably gonna just Stryker will probably coup Uruguay, right?
Oh, yes, that's what you should do. Although maybe. Okay, I've started to seeing the appeal here. I would probably ignore South Korea in favor of two into Uruguay, but maybe you can just ignore the scoring for a while. Yes, that makes sense. I mean, at worst, you lose one more VP, and if the villain has OAS or something like that, you tend to gain, well, quite a bit here. If you win the coup or in Uruguay, which I expect will happen.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. But low ops here for Marhen. He's got obviously Duck, which is going to have to go to space, but then just ones, twos in the scoring. So a big roll from Stryker is a
Mm.
problem.
So you'll have to ignore that then. If you roll big in Uruguay, I think gets not three. You That's something you can't really respond to.
Oh, wow. Stryker not going to
Wow.
respond in Uruguay and
Yeah,
not even going to take Libya. Just going to event Camp David.
I fail to understand what is happening here.
I
I
don't
really do.
I don't know why you wouldn't take. Camp David's an important event, sure,
Not that important.
but
I
not that
mean, there's
important.
no,
You had two threats on the board. I don't know why Stryker decided not to respond to either one.
especially he does need mill-ups. Oh, okay. I guess that was his cunning master plan, but still he lets the villain into Chile at least. Willy into Argentina and Chile. Willy
Yeah,
into Chile.
yeah.
That
So,
works.
so he's gonna get a coup off in Nigeria, presumably, but I don't know if he's got. I think you got to go Chile. Yeah, this is fine.
Mhm.
Libya can probably wait.
Yeah, say so.
So Stryker can coup Nigeria here if he wants, but it is realignable. Also, doesn't give him Dom right away. You can try a desperation coup in South America.
Not that desperation. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just a standard two stability battleground.
yeah. He would need a big card to do it. And but I feel like if Stryker had South America scoring, his VOA would have looked very different. Okay, so
Okay, he wanted to disable the war just to make sure that's nothing.
okay,
So that happened.
so,
But the Soviet part of the board is looking, well, less and less optimistic.
yeah, so one VP. Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
probably need to space. But now USA starts to making those rolls, whereas the Soviets start missing. Okay.
Surprised to see Zaire a coup of Zaire at 4. Wouldn't you try Argentina there?
Depends. Maybe he has Kennedy. If he does, then it's better for him to have regions skewed towards one side or the other. I mean, very blue Africa, very red South America.
Yep, and this is plus
Okay, that's a
one.
no.
Trying to chase 4 out at plus 1 is hard, and he rolls a 1-6 for his trouble. So
Mm.
now
I mean,
Michael,
okay, it happens. But I would use the factor for to get two attempts.
yeah, okay. So now Michael could take Zaire if he wanted to. He could coup
It kind of
Colombia
has
to
to.
stop South America Dom. He could take a battleground coup in South America to try and get in there.
But he would have to have a Defcon stealer, sorry, a initial coup stealer for the next turn. Otherwise, with Angola, he loses Zaire as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Zaire very important here. Okay, I'm gonna go 2 up, presumably 1 Zaire and 1. Okay,
For
1
the
is
Africa
Sudan to take
Dome,
Dom. That makes
yes,
perfect
makes
sense.
sense. Pretty low hand for Striker as well, by the way. Oh no.
Okay,
Oh.
we got a monster here, folks. Now, missile envy is a problem. Let's just get that out of the way. Missile envy, a
Yeah.
big problem.
Yeah,
And Stryker
what
with headline
one
peak. But
will
yeah,
ignore that problem.
we've got some ops, folks.
So ABM is a bit forced here for the headlines, since otherwise it's another NORAD point. No
Yeah,
Kennedy for USA, which is relevant.
yeah. I think you just
So
ABM coup and hope you get another coup and just take 2 shots in Africa.
mhm,
NORAD is again
okay.
annoying, but still not a huge problem.
I mean, there could be an OAS or something headline here,
Yes,
of course.
yes, definitely. Could see OAS into the bottom half of South America. Even Panama Canal is a little bit of an issue, not nearly as much as OAS would be. CRG doesn't
Okay,
do a ton.
Africa headline. Africa scoring headline would be interesting. Okay, that's also sadly interesting. Okay, I guess we still have to go because then
Yeah,
there
you're
will be no
giving up
NORAD in.
yeah, you're going to give up a 4 op coup here in the headline.
Yeah.
So I think you coup,
Sad.
Michael coups back, and then NORAD doesn't trigger.
Ooh, okay, got a big one.
Yeah, huge number in Zaire, but it does not stop Dom. This is Argentina, right?
I would say so.
And then Missile Envy. Okay, yeah, there's a big number, and Missile Envy's got to
Another
take Chile here,
four.
presumably. What?
Oh, he fights for the dome. Like,
Gonna,
no.
gonna.
Okay, then that makes sense.
Okay.
But then USA can enter Chile.
Yeah, I'd rather close off the battleground. I think,
Mm,
but obviously, stopping Dom is good, and you have a good hand here to fight Africa Dom.
that's true. Although I guess Stryker will now retake it again, and it's hard to fight really. But with Massim Rev, okay, against two into South Africa, one into Chile. Feels obvious. To Chile, one Uruguay, one Tunisia. Oh, the other way around. Why don't he take a bow? Protection from realignments.
Yeah.
Makes sense. What is he doing with the story? Hey, don't touch that. Come on, some Maxim ref play here. Tap Africa and set up a realign in South America.
Yeah, there's a reason. I mean, playing Usuri is reasonable, but I don't think you need to make that decision now.
Yeah, especially when Bird Trap could happen, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
why would you
Alliance
do
is
that?
only two.
I mean, that's not very likely to change, but
Yeah.
giving your opponent a China card here, yeah, I really don't like that. Really don't. This sounds like a turn where scoring might happen.
Yeah. I'm a little confused why he did that. You could have just played. He could have just played shuttle. I mean, is he worried about Michael having cultural? Is that what he's thinking? Wants to hand over the China card and not let Michael get off a free cultural?
But he already played Warsaw, so, well, he doesn't have cultural.
Oh, that's true. That's true. If Michael had cultural, we would have seen it AR1. So of course you're right. Michael at this point, I would assume would want to take Peru,
Oh, definitely.
right? And then
Peru and
uh,
Ethiopia out. I see.
maybe Ethiopia
And
to retake Dom, or even
out of
South
the China
Africa.
card, yeah, that takes a four up, and looks like the Soviets got almost all of them.
That's true.
All of the 12 that are
Okay, so Peru for
okay.
sure, and Africa Dom for sure. Okay.
Okay. Oh, he will lose Chile over that. One
Yeah.
Peru, one Paraguay.
Yeah, I'd much
Okay,
rather
but still
see.
that's challenged. Okay, Africa. Interesting.
Yeah, the real line on Argentina is not a huge threat. Michael's already got one in Chile and one in Paraguay.
Hmm.
So
That's
that's not a huge threat.
not anymore. That's true.
Sorry about that, folks. It looks like we've got a video
And he
issue
still
once again.
leaves Libya empty, just tempting Stryker to go there, holding Muslim Rev against it, I assume.
Yep.
But no, I don't think Michael would put more than maybe one in any circumstances.
Okay.
Okay.
Michael fills South Africa to retake Dom and takes Paraguay. I'm reminded of a saying that I believe is from you: "Don't encourage your opponent to make a good play."
Oh,
I'm afraid
definitely.
Marijn may have done that by taking Botswana, forcing Stryker to take South Africa.
Mhm. If that would have worked combined with some other hard to answer threat, but there wasn't one on the board. So now I don't know, Q time maybe
Yeah, maybe
in Africa somewhere.
Ecuador.
What's now?
So he just put two in Ecuador and
Sure,
one into Costa Rica.
surely I misclick.
Yeah. Okay. He's rethinking that. All right, Ziemowit, you're
Surely I
gonna have to explain that
misclick.
one to me.
I fail to do that. No, there's no justification. in taking the country, which name I don't even remember. Maybe it's Bolivia? No,
It's
Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Yeah, I know most of the countries on the map by heart in Wild Struggle, countries, regions, however we call them, but that one doesn't really ring a bell, means probably that you should not go there.
Yeah, well, and you're also up in South America, 5 countries to 2. You have 2 non-battlegrounds. You're not in danger of losing Dom, obviously, brush war or whatever. But I would have rather contested Peru. You also didn't stop Africa, Dom. Okay, one
Yeah, I mean,
Nicaragua threatening
learn that
Cuba.
Stryker doesn't have it,
Yeah, so you threaten Cuba.
but
Fidel is in the discard, to be fair, but that was okay. All right.
okay, that's at least a double threat. You can understand Costa Rica. Stryker is focusing on Africa. Okay.
Stryker kind of ignore the threat to Nicaragua. Okay, so good play by Marhen. He gets Cuba out of the deal. Fidel's in the
Okay, I
discard.
assume Libya now because he
Libya.
held
Yep, I like
for
Libya.
long. He doesn't like it. Hmm.
I'm fine with Peru. I'm fine with Libya. Yeah, this seems good.
Okay, one crazy thought about Ecuador's maybe he's setting up a real line of Peru. I don't believe me saying that.
So Stryker takes the coup in Nicaragua, an AR late. He's going to be disappointed.
Well, okay, he was busy doing important things.
He's going to be
so I
disappointed
guess
that
now-
Marhen does not have Africa. There's Kennedy dumps Allende. Allende, not a huge deal here.
Okay, Haiti and break something in Africa, I would say.
Yeah, Haiti for
Break
sure.
what?
There's a break
Maybe
of
even
Algeria.
Algeria.
I think Algeria is it. Even though it can be realigned at +2, you can also break South Africa.
True.
No, that doesn't stop
Maybe
Dom.
that's
That's right.
safer. Oh,
Doesn't stop Dom.
right.
Does that
That's
change your mind? I think it's
inconvenient.
still got to be Haiti with Central unscored.
Oh,
And
yes.
One
It's annoying that
Peru. Do you overprotect
surely he's
Chile
not-
with NORAD in play?
No.
Doesn't
Okay,
change
he's
the
queen in
domination
Africa.
situation. So a coup in Africa does stop Dom, but it allows the realigns.
Yeah.
Allows the realigns in
I
Central,
really
which if I were Stryker, I think
dislike.
I'd take.
Well, might depend on whether he has Petra or something like that, but sure. If there's nothing that newsworthy in his hand and he didn't redraw a scoring, which would have been very annoying for him, then yes.
Okay. So we'll see what
Especially
Stryker
since
has.
he has a semi decent secondary target in Chile. Still at 0 and with his own influence in there, but well, there's a chance. Good value. Although it is annoying that it would defeat the option of NORAD
Yeah.
bringing into life from there. I guess he was surprised here. He's taking his time.
Okay, just Brezhnev.
Ooh, just influence.
Okay, yeah. So
Just restoring.
that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yes and no, really.
So here we head into turn 6. This is a close game.
Oh,
And a
Seems
lot of good,
it
lot of
was
bad,
the-
as they say here. We've got CIA, a couple other one-ops. You got Africa, you got a bad scoring, but you also get We Will Bury You in Salt.
Salt is interesting. It's turn 6.
I think
We might lose
Salt
a card
has
to
to be the
grain
headline,
sales.
right? Because grain pulling Salt is GG, right?
Oh, yes.
So I think Salt has to be
That's
the
true.
headline.
Grain is very likely here, and especially so that you can pick up Fashi Plan with Salt. So if the villain steals something else with grain sales, we're kind of assuming this headline without knowing that it's even in Striker's hand, but yeah. And then you can dump Africa.
Yep.
Although, of course, he might as well have Bear Trap, in which case, well, you will not.
That's true. Bear Trap is around. You could also just pull a card like ABM and just try and get a coup in Africa and stop. But
Yeah,
you're still way behind there. You're down 4 battlegrounds to one. And
that's true. And you will get one more coup with ABM, but you will have to give up something with CIA.
yeah,
Although on this map, CIA would probably realign Cuba.
yeah. All right. Well, you're never happy to see Purge, but this hand is not going to, as it stands now, not going to get destroyed by Purge. We've already got one ops and scorings. The Pope now can't be
True.
spaced. Neither can defectors, but
Okay,
the
but
Pope not a huge issue.
now you have to fight for Africa. ABM. Okay, we need to be wary of Bird Trap hitting you with the hammer in the head here.
That's true. Yes, Bear Trap
Don't remember the
is a problem.
details of the hand regarding Bird Trap. I know that John Paul is no longer an option. What is he looking at? That medical, yeah, sort of, maybe no. I mean, ABM is a bit weaker under Salt, but still a good option.
Yeah, and Assault and NORAD.
Oh, yes, yes. So you
Um,
need to use ABM earlier. I guess you still have to start with CIA.
yeah. Okay, I think ABM is the play.
But okay, now what? You could start going first or protecting Cuba a little bit. Maybe it's just set that into Haiti, see what happens later. I mean, you don't have that many great coup targets for the villain. Okay, I really don't like couing in Africa first because now, okay, you produce a target, but then again, you're up 2 cards, as in regarding about what you hold. Okay, maybe it's understandable. Okay,
And a
just
miss.
oh, okay. That's an ow. You're going to lose ABM if you're lucky.
Yeah. And now you're gonna see two coups in
Okay,
Africa.
Stryker not messing around here, and
Oh, what a
yeah,
disaster.
that's sort of GG. Yeah, I can understand him over here.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's that's
Now
brutal.
Kruger it is.
Yep.
Yes. Now he's going to lose entire map. Africa going to be an uncontested dome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Striker definitely outplayed Marine here, despite uh, poor luck in the early war. And then luck turned, the skill didn't.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's just we can rewind the video, folks. And again, I want to apologize to you, Ziemowit, as well as to our viewers for the issues I had with video. I'm working with a new laptop here, and evidently got some kinks to sort out. So I apologize for that. But look at this hand: defectors and John Paul, CIA, Panama, Sadat. You were going to give up a 6 point domination in Africa on the next AR. You were going to have to hold all of these cards to turn 7 and still be trapped. Meantime, Stryker
Yeah.
free to realign Cuba, free to flip Chile. It was all going to be bad.
Mm.
So very frustrating for Marijn, I'm sure. And I suppose it was potentially salvageable. Gunman was going to be around, was going to come back in the deck, so could obviously happen. But yeah, really frustrating. And one of the worst things about Twilight Struggle is just sitting there for an entire turn while you're watching your opponent do everything they want.
And next turn, more suffering. I mean, if mine was sitting on 10, 15 VP advantage like he should have been, then okay, it's more palatable than you eat the bad scoring, suffer a little bit, but maybe you're a survivable position until maybe gunman happens or luck turns your way again.
Yeah,
But like this, knowing that you're outlucked, outskilled, uh, out of VP
Yeah, that's
might do the
really
same.
rough. Michael probably also had OAS. He may well have had brush, all kinds of stuff that could have made things just made this already nice board even worse. So anyway,
Very true.
thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I again apologize for the technical issues. I will do better next time. Next on the list is my game versus Tomas. So you will see that
Is
tomorrow, I
that
believe. So that should be a good one. I, of course, know how it went, but I hope you guys will tune in for
wow?
that one. And yeah,
Number
so
one, number one on the rating list versus number two. The only two
oh,
players over 7,000.
sorry, Ziemowit, I should have clarified. The other Tomas, Tomas, I believe,
Oh,
is it Stizek? Stychek?
oh, our hero Tomek Stitche.
Stitche?
So
I'm sorry.
yeah, best of luck with that.
I'm sorry. I'm
That's
sorry,
how
Ziemowit.
it's pronounced.
Okay. Yes. No. Tomas is an all-star, but he is on the Seattle side.
All right, I don't really follow who's in which conference that closely, so I thought Tomas, I was thinking the one and only Tomas. I forgot that if I voted for Tomek Stitchek, I think, or was he shooing him instantly? Probably.
Yes, I
Ooh,
believe he was a. I believe he was either a captain's pick or he was an automatic pick based on his record. So, but yeah, that one will be coming up. That will be coming up tomorrow. So, hope you'll tune in for that one. Again, apologize for the technical difficulties, but before we wrap up, Ziemowit, any final thoughts on this game? It was an interesting one.
yes, it felt like it might turn into a red steamroll early on, and what we did get eventually was almost a blue steamroll after the luck turned, and all this unorthodox move by Marijn just served to hurt him here more than, well, gain him an advantage. Though, to be fair, whenever he played a move we disagreed with, a striker was rewarded with a high roll. I mean, 6 in Laos, 5 in Thailand, just what he needed in Egypt to stop the presenceless Dom and into a normal Dom. It's like the game itself punished Marine for playing, well, wrong, if I may be so bold as to put it like this.
Yes, I find that if I make a mistake and I say, "Oh, I should have taken Uruguay there," I guess I'll coup it. Now that my opponent took it, I always roll a one. Play deck just doesn't want to let me get away with mistakes, and indeed didn't let Marhen
Yeah,
get away with mistakes here. So, and again, I apologize for the pronunciation of his name. I messed that up. He did his due diligence and sent it to me, and I listened to it about 15 times, and I could not figure it out. So sorry about that, folks. Try to be professional here, but I'm going to miss on that one. But that's going to wrap up our coverage of this game. Once again, Stryker the winner, turn 6 forfeit over Marhen with 3 games left to go. So come on back tomorrow for Game 5 of the All-Star Series featuring yours truly and Tomas. But until next time, for Ziemowit Pazderski, this is Justin Abramson. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. So long, everybody.